Hello, everyone. We are down in the basement today of my brother's place because today I plan to make some more videos on laundry equipment, and I'll also get to this as well. But considering I'm down here, I figured I'd just show the room just in case some people, just to cover up, oh boy, what am I trying to say here? Just in case people tend to ask, like, well, what's this, what's that? Just so I don't miss anything. As you can see, we have a lot of boxes down here from when my brother moved in, but it's actually nowhere near as bad as it used to be. He and I actually put these shelves up over Christmas, I believe. And in case you're wondering, this kind of reflective stuff along the wall is actually insulation that was put on by the previous homeowners. And to be honest with you, it works very well because it's about it's cold outside. I'll just keep it at that. And I remember when I was here during Christmas, it really didn't get too cold down here at all. I mean, I think it was like 10 degrees at one time, and down here it was perfectly fine. So it works very well. What I want to show you is overall, it's just what we got down here, machinery-wise, if you want to call it that. What we got here is the water heater, the furnace, also air handler, and the washer and dryer. Now, I consider this kind of the coolest room in the house, only because you know me of the videos I make. It just has a lot of machinery, and you know me, I think stuff like that's awesome. So that's why I figured I'd show it off. What we plan to do down here is you can see there's a lot of studs and walling. This is just like the unfinished part of the basement. Through that door is the finished part. At some point, my brother and I plan to put a pegboard along this wall here. You know, since the studs are exposed like that, it'll be very easy to screw it in properly, so you know it doesn't fall down. The my brother actually used to live in the South for med school, and his old house had a crawl space, so he had like no storage capacity at all. And when he had this basement, this was like one of the best things that he liked about having the basement was because got a little alcove here. You could see that just all the stuff he's able to store here. I know you may say, well, it's kind of messy down here. Well, it's the unfinished part of the basement. It's not supposed to look, like the neatest thing ever. What I want to show you guys too is kind of how ridiculous things were with the previous homeowners. The first thing is, I'll go over here to the water heater. As you can see here, wait a minute, here we go. As you can see here, this is where the water comes out of. You can see it has, the foam insulation going along the stretches and everything like that. And in fact, if I go over here, you can see like the hot water line here for the sink, the water lines that go over to the washing machine, and other things like that. Well, when we first moved here, there was no insulation on these hot water pipes. I don't know, like how smart that is, or I mean, what I'm trying to say basically is, I'm sorry if I'm confusing you guys, is I don't know why they would do that, because even though it doesn't get cold down here, like I said, it still gets pretty cool. Like, I'd say around maybe 60 degrees or so. So, I mean, like, all that hot water is just being let off from these, all these pipes are copper, by the way, is just being, like, let off from, the pipe is traveling to. So, I mean, that's kind of wasted energy, there. And, another thing, too, is you'll also notice on the air handler here, you'll also notice that there's a bunch of more, shiny looking insulation. That wasn't insulated either when we first moved here. I mean, we're not finished yet, as you can see, but that wasn't even insulated when we first moved here. So, whenever you, especially during the heating season, since it stays pretty cool down here, like, all those air ducts are basically giving off heat to this room that it really doesn't have to. It should stay in the duct until it gets upstairs. And I mean, while the air was still hot, it definitely, I'm sure it wasn't the most efficient thing ever, not having insulation on the ducts. And I mean, yeah, you can see that the ceiling and the walls aren't insulated either. But I mean, the insulation along the concrete wall here might do a decent job. I mean, to my knowledge, it's doing okay. But I mean, is it the best? No, probably not. But I mean, it's better than just having a bare concrete wall down here. That definitely wouldn't be the best thing. The one of the things is just, since there's no insulation up here, it's very, like, you can hear everything upstairs, which honestly isn't all that bad, because sometimes if you want to, like, yell to someone without, going to the stairs or whatever, it kind of works pretty well. Oh, that's another thing. When we first moved here, you can see that little metal compartment with the arrow right there. That's where the air filter goes, and those are the air filters. Excuse me. Those are the air filters right there that we use to put inside this air handler. And oh my God, when we first moved here, we had wondered why the AC didn't work very well. Well, when I took out that air filter, like, you see how it looks kind of white, when it's before it's used. It was literally like just about black. I mean, it was that covered with dust. I don't know how long the previous homeowners had left it in there, but I mean, I was just like, wow, do these guys have any idea what they're doing? I mean, I'm not trying to sound too mean, but at the same time, it's like, the air filter is probably the easiest thing. Well, at least in this case, it's probably one of the easiest things to change out. So I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't do that. So what's going to be happening down here today is, like I said, I'll be showing you some machinery. And also, what I also want to point out is, in this utility room, you can see these bright, I don't know how well you can see with the camera, but you can see these bright lights on the ceiling. Those are actually 100 watt equivalent bright white CFLs, also known as compact fluorescent light bulb, in case you didn't know what that meant. And these things are amazing. I mean, when we first moved in here, we had about a 60 watt incandescence, I think, and it's like it's gotten so much brighter down here. And also, to the point, I specifically like the bright white CFLs because those are the bulbs that give out, the white light, not like, the more beige looking light that you get from other CFLs or the incandescents, which, I mean, it's just great. I mean, and also all over the house, there's also more of those bright white CFLs, and they really do a great job. In fact, to be honest with you, I could very easily be wrong here, but they're pretty much the only Energy Star product I truly believe is Energy Star, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, on some other products, I think Energy Star is just something they put on there to fool you. And, I mean, that may sound kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, there's just some things that just don't seem to add up. And, I mean, this is probably one of those only occurrences I actually believe when something says Energy Star, it's Energy Star, if you know what I'm saying. So I hope you enjoyed that. Not the most fun tour of the utility room, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing this. I know some people on YouTube enjoy seeing basements and things of the like of what's in them. So I hope you enjoyed, and we will get another video of some machinery down here. Okay? So see you then.